Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, starting this day in my efforts to see if Papa, you can be woke up. You know, my job has been to diligently identify the creative process that would establish thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Now, I was just thinking about that, and I'm reminded that this is nothing new. All my life, I've been thinking about this, even as a kid, going to church all the time, listening to the Bible stories, because to a kid, that's what they are, Bible stories. And it was something that was held up before the people, the public, for them to choose to eat or not. I recognize that the people of the world who went to church didn't eat that because they definitely didn't come off acting like what the Bible was truly advocating. Do you know the negative things that happen in the Bible? You know, all the violence, the crime, and all that other stuff. It happens in society just like it was happening in the book. But that other part, that good part, it wasn't happening. And so I used to dream that it would happen one day. I thought about the good things that they said Jesus did, whether it's true or not. It was a story. And so to a kid, I used to dream about when they killed him, how it put a stop to certain things. But they left it to say that the Spirit would come and lead you and guide you into all truths. And that gets that stayed with me all my life, whether I knew it or not, because I never given up on that hope. And so this is why I do basically consistent with my dreams and aspiration of the earlier years, the same things. And when I say this, I have to mention some things that indicate the big problems with having a manifestation of heavenliness on earth. For instance, the states. It seems if the states got a war amongst themselves. This is supposed to be the United States. United States means we come together, and what is good for the gander is good for the goose. It's no this is good over here and not over here. This is good over here and not over here. That's not the United States. That's a bunch of bull. How can you smoke weed in one state and have a good time and cross the border and get arrested for having a seed on you? In the United States, come on, why did I use weed? Because I know it'll get your attention. Well, this is just one perspective. Now they're talking about abortion. You can maybe over here, but not over here, and you can go to jail for this. And what kind of united is that? Doesn't that sound like hell to you? Doesn't it just sound like an expression of hell to you? Because that's exactly what you got going on. So you might not have seen that. And another thing, in this political stuff, you got everybody want to get into politics. You got people saying, "Hey, well, I'm a doctor, I'm a medical doctor." Well, if you chose medicine because that's what you love, that's where you stay. You have no business in politics. I don't care what you think. You chose medicine. If that's your love, that's where you belong. In politics, you can. What makes you think you can do? You can't even make a decision about whether you're supposed to be in medicine or not. And now you want to get in politics and make decisions about all kinds of things. Well, that's the way of evilness and crookedness. You know, I was also thinking, my name, Eddie Marcus, right? And I guess I've been out here for a while. So when I go on the internet, I use Eddie Marcus. That's how you identify me. So if anybody else comes along, name Eddie Marcus, they can't use Eddie Marcus because that's me. But they might change that around and say they're Marcus Eddie. So I'm looking at the web page, and I'm looking at my name, Eddie Marcus, and I look at another name, Eddie Marcus or Marcus Eddie, and I'm checking out what's going on. This other guy has 18 videos. 18 videos, my friends. He has over 4,000 subscribers. Now I look at the other Eddie Marcus, which is me. I got almost 5,000, almost 5,000 videos. He has 18. I got 5,000. He has over 4,000 subscribers. I got under 325. What's said there? Well, somebody might say, well, they're interested in what he's talking about and not interested in what you're talking about. Or someone might say, well, he's talking little, so somebody's curious, keep going back. But you talking so much, they get tired of you, and so they don't come back. Whatever you want to say, I say another thing. I agree with the first one. The message that I'm speaking of is not of interest to the people. And why do I say that? I look around me. I see what's going on. So I know that they are not interested. Well, just the other day, President Biden was saying America's fighting for America's democratic soul. They're losing their democracy. They have to wake up because they're threatened. And this means so much to them. Well, I look at that and I say, now we've come to this. Well, this isn't anything new. It had to come to this, being who we are as people. We do not understand what living is all about. We have learned the antithesis of living. In other words, we spend most of our lives killing ourselves, dying, not knowing what life is. So when I say my purpose is to play a major role in the manifestation of the will of God being manifested here on earth, just like it is in heaven. What am I saying? I'm saying that's the truth that I always share with you, and I'm going to share with you one last time in my closing. All things belong to God. Listen to me, everybody who got an ear. All of the resources that exist to do everything that's been done, is being done, and will be done, come from a power you can't see. And those resources are either on the earth, in the earth, or above the earth. Some of it is seen, some is not. But the wisdom that we as human beings require to be able to be aware of this and how it can be used comes through the imagination. Here again is a tool used by the power that we can't see to indulge us in the process. But not only that, in our creation we're given an objective purpose for being on this planet, an engagement, something we might call a career, that allows each of us on this earth to participate by utilizing the resources that have been given to us and the directions that have been given through our minds and abilities to cause a manifestation of everything we might need, want, or desire to be available in abundance, that no one would have to suffer anything at our individual leisures. No crime, no violence, no cops, no guns, no lying, no cheating, no stealing, no killing, no terror, no war. Sounds like a fantastic thing to me. That's my message. That's what I'm here to tell you. And you are so far from that. You're so far from that. I can have almost 5,000 videos with less than 320 subscribers. Why? Because nobody's interested in life. The stuff that I just got through sharing with you is the stuff that you pray about, you dream about, but you don't believe, and you don't want to get engaged. You want it to open up, and you walk into it. And that's the same thing that they wanted back in the biblical days, the promised land. Open up, you walk into it. No, it's an ambition, it's a dream, it's a cause, it's a work. So, when you're talking about the soul of a nation, losing it, what do you expect? You take land, you do all this abusive stuff. You're supposed to be a new nation, but you steal, you take land, you kill, you do anything. You pick people slaves, you do this, you do that, you do anything. Then you have wars trying to fight for liberation because people are tired of this and tired of that. You try to make a few changes, but not really. And you keep on doing that same old thing, just spreading and abusing, so that some people can have and others won't. So you can have some people who are billionaires or multi-billionaires, or even be considered the richest people on earth, and call them somebody the smartest people. Why? Because they've allowed themselves to be used to rob you, the people. And with all that we've been taught all our lives and everything we do, that's all we've been taught. Nobody's told us anything about what I just shared with you. You think what I just shared with you, you get in church? No, you might get it outside of church. I mean, just some philanthropists might have the insight to be able to share a lot of the stuff with you. But you're not going to get it in church. And thank God you don't get it in church, because if you got it in church, you come right back out and wouldn't do anything with it. And that's sad. So what I'm saying to you today, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Yes, where we're at, fighting for your democratic soul, is because you're losing your soul. You've been losing it ever since you've been here, losing your soul. And I'm here trying to tell you that you haven't lost it just yet. You're on the path. Now, whether you can sustain yourselves through this 22 election process and on for a minute at a time, it doesn't matter, Republican or Democrat, whoever is in positions, you, the people, have got to make the change. You, the people, have got to change. You, the people, this message is called on you. This is the gospel to you. When I say gospel, I'm talking about the truth that will set you free and give you life. You don't have to die to go to heaven. You can start it right here. Live it here, and when you pass on, continue it. But you have at least got to experience it right here. I want you to think about that. I'll be back. I'll finish it later. Till next time, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.